Bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching this transmission. Welcome to the pre-show, the Mike in the Night pre-show. This is episode 500, and I'll tell you in a second here. I think it's 529 of Mike in the Night. And we're just setting up for the main show here. We're going to go live on Rumble soon. And hope everyone's doing well. It looks like we are streaming. And we are up on YouTube temporarily, and we'll be switching over to Rumble here very soon. I'm going to give you guys the link to that for Mike in the Night live tonight. We are live right now, but we're going to be live again on Rumble. So we got Sam in the house, we got Rob Hellfire in the house, we got VCR, VCar in the house. I actually got a notification. Really? Wow. Anyways, we can't play any music on this platform. We really can't even say anything on this platform. And a lot of people like to talk about how other people are saying certain things on the channel, on their channels. And we've been suspended 19 times for hinting towards things. And we're not even talking in code. We're just talking about actually hinting towards things. We would get pinched. So we just can't really say nothing on here on Mike in the Night on YouTube. But I do have a few headlines that are allowed to go up here. And then I'm going to give you guys a link to the show tonight. And I hope everyone's doing really, really well. And we got a countdown on the show. Let's open up the Rumble page here for you guys. And countdown to tonight's show. Put up it's still not, it's not. So we had a little bit of issues this afternoon, with Rumble, and I tried to upload a video, but it's declined the video from uploading. So I'm not sure if I don't know. We're gonna find out later if I could stream on there later. But so here's the stream up here. We got the live chat up on Rumble for you guys to join us, and I'm gonna give you guys copy the link here. And there it is right there. So I'll go right there. And then what I'll do is I'll see if I could even pin this to the top. And pin message. There it is. Pin to the top. If you guys want to join us later for Mike in the Night on Rumble. And again, other channels have the privilege to speak freely. Unfortunately, we just don't have the privilege for that. We're not privileged to say anything on here. And but someone's saying show the show. So is it today? I saw a crazy berserk homeless guy dragging and scared to death dog. It was shocking. These poor animals. Sarah Nelson's in the house. Hey, how's it going? Great to see you, Tim. Rob Hellfire's here too. Good evening, Larry. Yeah, this is just a pre-show, folks. Link is there for the show tonight on Mike in the Night on Rumble, where we could speak again freely. We just don't have the privilege to speak here. Yeah. Saturday night with Mike in the Night. All right, what do I have for articles that I'm allowed to read on this platform? There's just so much censorship. It's like I don't even know what to say or what I could say anymore. And but I do have something I do want to say. So we've been following this president here of Argentina. We've been following his campaigning very closely here on Mike in the Night. We've been following him for a couple of months now. And Argentina ready to choose the next president. What has each one said about the Falklands? I don't care about the Falklands. I don't even care. It's just a distraction. This man right here in the middle, this man right here is actually here to make a big... his name is Javier Milei, 52-year-old economist representing La Libertad. And so basically he is a congressman since 2021 with no prior activity in politics, was the most voted for candidate in the PASO, in the PASO. So he promised to dollarize the economy, do away with the central bank, and eliminate the Ministry of Women's Affairs to balance the current deficit and thus curb inflation, which nearly nears 140% annual. The Libertarian candidate feels confident he could win in the first round on Sunday, for which he needs 45% of the votes or 40% with a difference of 10 points ahead of the second-placed candidate. Milei has insisted that Argentina, to recover from the Malvinas Falkland Island, there must be an agreement with England, and to reach that understanding, the position of the people who live in the archipelago since 1833 cannot be disregarded. So here he is, Javier. And this man we've been covering, this guy, I love this guy. He's got this wall in front of him, and he's got all these little sticker tabs of all these government garbage, red tape, stuff that businesses, not businesses, like support garbage. Lots of support garbage, like that goes nowhere, and it's just money bleeding and then going into activities that are garbage. So he's going up to the ministry of this, afuera. Ministry of that, afuera. And so he's just taking them off the wall, saying one after another, one after another. And this man is, we have been calling him, the guy in the middle, of course, the Donald Trump of Argentina. And this man is here to make a difference. So there it is right there, folks. So they were obviously going to do something to make sure, just like they did in Brazil, where the elections were fixed. And we told you those elections were going to be fixed 4 months before they went out to vote. I already told you that who was going to win that election, that it was already fixed. So I think they're going to do something so this guy doesn't win. And again, his name is Javier Milei. And he basically is the Donald Trump of Argentina. Like Bolsonaro in Brazil was the Donald Trump of Brazil. And basically they're going to do what they can. I have a feeling they're going to do what they can to make sure the election in Argentina is fixed, rigged, or whatever. They don't want anyone that's progressive, that's conservative, that's pro-life, and that's going to cut senseless spending to make the country better and stop depending on IMF for loans. Argentina just took an IMF loan not too long ago. It's disgusting what they are doing to their people and impoverishing several generations ahead, impoverishing multiple generations ahead. All right, let's go back to your comments here. I don't know why I'm getting a really blurry camera here, folks, and that's why we like to set up for Mike in the Night before we go live, and it's good to do these pre-shows once in a while, just so we know where we're at, and maybe we should cover some Canadian news here today. What do you say, guys? What are we allowed to talk about here? I got to be careful. I got to be very careful what I talk about here because I don't want to get the channel terminated. We'll be going live on Rumble. What's the countdown here? We'll be going live on Rumble in 1 hour and 5 minutes. We go 7 p.m. Pacific time. We go live for you guys. But the house is nice and quiet. So I just figured that it maybe come down a little bit early and do a pre-show for you guys. And I'll leave you the link. There's the link right there. Rumble. We're going to go live in about 1 hour and 4 minutes there over on Rumble. So we'll have music playing. Well, you know, your typical Mike in the Night. It's 5:29. I can't even believe it's been this long. CJ is saying, what's on the show tonight? Well, I got to be careful which ones. I got some very, very, you know what? Maybe I'll go over some of the censorship news with you guys tonight. I can't go over European news. It's too brutal. The European news is too brutal to bring on YouTube. They'll just terminate my channel. I'm just trying to think what I could bring on here tonight for you guys. I'm really sorry. I'm going through a couple of them here, just looking at them and seeing what I'm allowed to speak about here. So Earth Sign is saying, just watched a Forbes video of Trump calling Hillary a wonderful woman. We've done code Pamela. Hey Pam, we've done code multiple times. I got a channel taken down from 2014 this morning for medical misinformation. From 2014, I got an email like at 2 o'clock in the morning that YouTube took down one of my videos for medical misinformation. right? So Pamela's saying, "Yikes! What is happening?" They take 2 to 3 videos down every other day for me, and there's nothing. AI is going through the videos, and what I think is happening is what's happening is a new influencer that came after. They're always after COVID. They want to make a video about something, but they can't because I let's say I made a video about something, so they basically probably ask YouTube, take this guy's video down. I want to do the same thing, but I don't want people to research it and find that someone already was using this angle or approach years ago. So that happens a lot. So that's something we got to get used to. I just have to get used to. So, oh man. Woo! All right, I don't know. Maybe we should do some censorship news here, or should we save it for the real Mike in the Night? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do this. What makes perfect sense here? I'm not sure. Should we go over the war news? A couple of sensitive topics here. You have to avoid the C word. No, there's more than that. There's everything connects in a certain way, and that's why the YouTube videos are so different from the ones we do on Rumble and Odyssey. And I was looking at some episodes on Odyssey of Mike in the Night in the I can't even play them here for you guys on YouTube because that's how bad and vulgar we were back in 2020 and 2021. It was pretty intense, very intense. Yeah, Pamela's saying they're fake news, Mikey. I know they're fake news, but still, it's. I was up at 3 a.m. this morning. Mike, gone trucking. I don't know how much of the show I could watch today. Well, watch what you can, buddy. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Okay. Let's go. I guess let's cover a bit of Canadian news here on the YouTube side of things before we jump over to Rumble. Justin Trudeau hesitates to condemn Hamas for Gaza hospital blast propaganda after blaming Israel. So this guy doesn't know if he's tricking or treating. He doesn't know what side to take. He doesn't know. And here on the channel, we've made our position very clear. As it was breaking on Mike in the Night, was it last Saturday, the Saturday before, we take the side of the people. We're not in the propagandists and in the administration side. We don't care about any of those people, and the fake news and all that garbage could go to hell. The people are what matter in the end. And that's what we did with the whole Ukraine-Russia thing and the whole 9 yards. And that's our stance. That's been my stance here on Mike in the Night. And so after hospital blast propaganda, after blaming Israel, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on Thursday questioned American and Israeli military officials' verdict that the explosion near Ali Arab Hospital on Tuesday night was caused by a Palestinian Islamic Jihad PIJ rocket rather than an Australian airstrike, and as the Hamas terrorist organization claimed. So it goes on to say, there's the Justin Trudeau's, is this Twitter? I don't even know what this is. I am horrified by the loss of life at the AI Al-Hayy Arab Hospital in Gaza. My thoughts are with those who lost loved ones. It is imperative that innocent civilians be protected and international law upheld. Together we must determine what happened. There must be accountability. So, and then they have videos showing that it looked like a rocket that backfired and hit the hospital. And this is why I never take sides on any of this stuff, because these clowns that are behind it are the ones that are obviously destroying everybody's lives. And this is a very interesting one, and we've been very vocal about this in Canadian news. More than 1.3 million Canadians left emergency rooms without being seen in 2022 and 2023. And we've been talking about the socialized medicine here in Canada, how it's failing. And we're still paying taxes. And the taxes are going up. The taxes are going up. But you want to go to the hospital, good luck. This is like I'm at the point where I just want to pay for my hospital, maybe offset my taxes in a way, offset the taxes in a way where I'm not paying a killer amount for taxes, but if I do go to a hospital, I'll pay for the hospital visit. I don't have a problem with that, right? So there it is. A new data obtained by CTV News shows that the number of Canadians leaving hospital emergency rooms without being seen is even higher than we initially reported earlier this month. Where were we reporting this back in 2018 and 2019? Where we were reporting this. People dying in emergency rooms. One in St. John's, Newfoundland, I remember reporting. And another one in Ontario. It was Northern Ontario, where some guy died on his driveway. He waited for the ambulance 4 hours and it never came. And a neighbor found him dead on the driveway, right? And CTV News requested an update of information. Nobody cares what CTV News has to say. This is 34% increase in the number of Canadians bailing from long ER waits in a single year over the 2021 and 2022 data, which reported 963,000. And that's what I wanted to get to, that number right there, 963,000. Bailing from ER. A million people. Right there. Read it and weep. It means that 15.1 million Canadians who sought care in emergency units, 8.6% were left without medical care. This compared to 6.8% who left without being seen among the 14.1 million patients who registered at an ER in 2021 and 2022. And let's spare a thought for those living in Canada. Most of Canada's new condos are still investor-owned, StatsCan, and that's just Chinese ownership, foreign ownership, parking their money on Canadian shores. And it goes back to what we've been saying on the channel for ages now. And this idiot's back here. Trudeau announces plans to euthanize drug addicts and people with mental illness. And this is something we've been very vocal about on this channel to get this out. The Trudeau regime has announced plans to legalize euthanasia in Canada for people with the range of mental illness and people addicted to drugs in a move critics are comparing to modern-day eugenics. And when Canada's law medically assisted dying made law changes in March 2024, which we have already multiple times, I'll show you the times we mentioned this. Mental health patients, including those with substance abuse issues with no other physical ailments, will be eligible to legally euthanize by the state. Oh, they mean by the province, right? So that's from our friends there over at People's Voice. And you want proof? There it is right here. We actually covered it here on the channel. So we type in euthanasia. And 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago, we made a video. 1 in 10 Canadians will be euthanized by 2025. Governments will force anyone and everyone. And I'm really scared about this because I know this is where they're going to go. And terminally ill woman in Canada, woman in Canadian euthanasia commercial that glorified suicide. So, and we got more on our channel. Arthritis, diabetes will qualify Canadians for assisted dying. That was 2 years, 11 months ago. What else did we dig up on our archives here? There's just videos there. And right here, this video that we made, this was 2 months ago, where we reopened the can of worms of euthanasia in Canada. SOS from Canada, more people are dying with no cause of death reported. And this was from June 2023, that the Daily Mail in England was reporting this. Canada is on track for another record-busting year of euthanasia deaths, with 35% jump to some 13,500 state-sanctioned suicides in 2022, Daily Mail projection shows. And that is out of England because Canadian mainstream media does not want to touch this because it's funded and operated by taxpayers, right? It's funded and operated by taxpayers, and I am very scared where this is going. I am extremely scared where this is going. And I was so scared that I actually sent an important message to either, who was it, Joe Rogan or Russell Brand or somebody, if they could help us with this problem. Because what happens is, in a couple of years, you'll watch a Joe Rogan show, and he'll be talking about Canadian euthanasia, and the numbers are skyrocketing, and Joe Rogan will be commenting on how basically it's a bad thing that's happening, and Canadians need to stand up, and then everybody will be on an uproar what Joe Rogan said, but it's going to be too late. He's going to be saying this in 5-6 years. We need action now. So what I did was I actually put a video up there called SOS, a serious message to Joe Rogan, SOS from Canada. Everyone, I'd like to send a very urgent message out to Joe Rogan. So if you could humbly share this video or get it out so that this could catch his ears. It's a SOS coming out of Canada. And someone of high stature in the United States needs to take notice of this as soon as possible. Because when Joe Rogan says something, it actually becomes something, and it manifests, and people start to see and take notice, and it goes all over social media. I've been trying so hard since pretty much 2008, and a bunch of channel terminations and exposing what's happening, trying to make sense of what's happening in Canada. It's very heartbreaking, and we need somebody like Joe Rogan who could say something, because when he says something, it becomes something. And that's exactly what it is. When he says something, it becomes something. But the problem is he's going to say something 7 years from now about this. And I'm trying to catch this at an early time. I'm trying to catch this before this video comes to light and this prediction gets fulfilled. 1 in 10 Canadians will be euthanized by 2025. And that's Canadians. It's not Chinese. It's not other cultures. It's the Canadian proper that fought in wars and built this damn infrastructure in this country. That's what's going on here. And, I mean, what's the point of having all these big platforms with all these heroes and Rumble heroes and Twitter stars and influencers if they're always going to be 7 years late to the party? What the hell is the point? You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's go here. We got Brian C. in the house. Diane DY's in the house. She's saying Aussie 3,135 for an ounce of gold at the moment. Guys, here's the link to Rumble. We're going to go live there in about 40 minutes. So I thought I'd get some of this news out of the way here for you guys. So we covered a bit of Canadian news here on the YouTube side. We got a bit of questionable news. I don't know if I should do some of this. I got to be careful with some of this stuff here. Very questionable news here on this side here. But so we got Brian in the house. We got Nicola Joic. Spare Dimes in the house. Showing my support. Evening, folks. Good evening, Spare Dime. All right, so we'll close all this guy. This guy's face is making my stomach sick. So as more and more Canadians go into poverty via money laundering and yeah, euthanasia is there for them, folks. See if we cover some of that war stuff on Mike in the Night. Maybe we should do our censorship news now. I think. What do you guys think? Do some censorship news first, and then get rid of that for tonight's show, and then we can get more callers on, maybe. And the face of pure narcissism. Yeah, you got that right, buddy. That's Don McDouglas saying the face of pure narcissism. That's exactly what it is. Thank you. Hey, Rob Padley's in the house here too tonight on the pre-show for Mike in the Night. It is October 21st, 2023. This is episode 529 of Mike in the Night. And it's a quiet house here, folks. So if you guys want to support, you could support the transmission. There's a link in the description for the glutathione that I've been taking for a while. And it's working really well for me. And working very well. And if you want to buy me a coffee, there's a link in the description for that too. So if you guys want to buy me a coffee, I want to thank everyone last week that donated and bought me a coffee. I was very emotional, very emotional. Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon when I checked my emails and I saw a lot of people donating and buying me a coffee. It really made my day. I really appreciate it. So we got Giovanni in the house. What's up, buddy? Valerie in the house. T. Lawton's in the house. Yeah, I'll give you guys the link again for tonight's show so we could go freely. We could go full blast. We could go full cowboy. We could take your call-ins. I can't take call-ins here on YouTube because I got to be really careful because a few words could get me terminated. I'm already on 19 suspensions, so I have to be careful with that. I just don't want to keep getting my channel terminated. I'm sorry. And I got a video taken down from 2014 for medical misinformation at 2 o'clock in the morning this morning. I got a video from 2014 for medical misinformation, and we were talking about physical silver. The video was about, I remember the video, it was called silver and gold, silver versus gold, silver versus paper, derivatives paper versus physical silver above ground versus how much silver is being used in industry versus how much silver is actual floating around that is used for monetary value, right? And we were talking about how much silver was above ground versus how much paper derivatives that JP Morgan was giving out these paper certificates that didn't have the silver to back it up. And that video was from 2014, and they took it down around 2 o'clock in the morning for medical misinformation. Cynthia is in the house too. No, the Gestapo, no, YouTube, no, Valerie, the YouTube censors are modern day Gestapo. No, they're not. They're allowing post-COVID channels that were after COVID to flourish and do well. And I'm never going to understand it, so I'm not going to fight it, right? I'm not going to freak out. It is what it is. Oh, David is in the house. Yeah, David, I'm looking forward to Mike in the Night tonight too, man. We got Omar in the house. He's messaging me. I'm just going to say, yes, I'm on doing a pre-show on YouTube. So we're going to get Omar on from Watchers Talk. Maybe I should open his channel here on YouTube here on Watchers Talk and promote him. Okay, I think that's the right one. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to open Watchers Talk here. We're going to get him on the show tonight, and he's a really good guest. He's a really good guy to have on. Really good guy to have on your side too. Let's see if I'm even still subscribed to him. There it is. So I'm not going to play any. I don't want the audio to trip anything here, but there it is. Watchers Talk is going to be on a projection of you. He's going to be on the show tonight, and I'll give you the link to his channel right here. That's Omar. He's going to be the first caller. He's going to come on and give us an update on what's going on. If you guys want to subscribe to Omar, he's right there, Watchers Talk. And he actually wants the YouTube link to tonight's show, so let me just go over there and grab it for him. And channel right here. That's Omar. There it is, buddy. There it is. There it is. All right, so he'll be on the show tonight, and he'll be the first caller after we do some headline news. And looking forward to tonight's show. Looking forward to speaking to you guys. Pamela saying she subscribed. Good, good. All right, so let's go into what can we cover on here that's not going to get me in trouble. Because they could say anything is medical misinformation, right? So they could say absolutely anything could be medical misinformation. Okay, let's cover censorship. We're going to do censorship here. I can't cover Europe. Europe is too gruesome. And I'm not talking, what, there's a war in Europe, Mike? We know about that. No, there's a lot of things happening in Europe that we can't cover here on YouTube. Very heinous stuff happening in Europe. Okay. All right, folks, let's head over to misinformation segment on the show. And misinformation, what is happening? The FDA aims at so-called misinformation funds pre-bunking research. Again, so does anybody have a recommended medicine, maybe a vaccine against the government institutions trying to convince you, like some carnival hypnotist might do for fun, that if I say it's not true, it must not be true? Yes, independent media or remedy, but even there, one has to be careful. And it goes into saying that out of the gate, FDA starts with a ridiculous language like pre-bunking, preempting, and debunking. So they're going to start expanding their vocabularies to make you look like more and more of a criminal. And that's what they're working towards. They want to move the vocabulary to a certain level to make you seem like, wow, what are they talking about here? It's all garbage. But here's what the FDA means by it, which is actually very worth taking notice of. And naturally, that's not the FDA's actual wording. It's an interpretation of their intent. So pre-bunking means conditioning your mind to not receive any critical information that is not in line with the FDA and you. In fact, might easily get vilified as health misinformation disseminator. Health misinformation disseminator. Try saying that fast 3 times. And that is what they're putting together. And the FDA versus U.S. nurses and doctors, there's a thought. But in all seriousness, the problem might not be somebody is dragging down those 2/3, but rather than to elevate the 37% who still don't fully get it. So they're trying to work and compile a way to get everybody on board. WHO Director General complains the spread of misinformation undermines faith in our institutions? Wait, whoa. Who the hell said anything about faith here? It was never about faith. It was called trust the science. Trust the science. Where did faith come from? What a piece of garbage. So, Tedros, Director of General UN, World Health Organization, WHO, and one on whom the sickness has not been kind, but not from the health, rather from diplomatic and political integrity points of view, is complaining again. So, and now the problem is not the crooked institutions, and the task is not in improving them, but simply in how to convince people there's nothing wrong. So we combat misinformation with more censorship. Here it is in black and white, so you could read it here. Then it goes on to say, but here's what Gary's, I can't even read that, did say, specifically about the ever-present issue of misinformation. All too often, that's just free people expressing their free opinion as the law allows them to, yet getting persistently malinged. I can't even read that. As basically as equivalent as a nuclear bomb that will wipe out all humankind. So there it is. So basically, how many more empty, misleading speeches can G make for before getting fired? So I got to learn English, folks. I mean, I could read this. El senador Michael Bennett invocar el censorship mandandos por los tecnología por censorship, misinformación. I could just do this in Spanish easier than reading this damn thing in English. U.S. Senator Michael Bennet invokes EU censorship demands, calls for big tech to censor misinformation. Again, Senator Michael Bennet has criticized tech behemoths such as Meta X, Google, TikTok, accusing them of having lax policies that seemingly sanction the spread of untruths. And that's a big problem that they're having here. The turbulent situation between Israel and Hamas was recently seized upon by Democratic Senator Michael Bennet as another pretext to launch an offensive against the digital landscape. Bennet targeted X, Meta, TikTok, and Alphabet in a letter dated October 17, imploring them to extinguish the proliferation of inaccurate and misleading context related to Middle East conflict. El tribulación situación junto de los Hamas y Israel es muy grande arriba de los... So, I mean, I could probably get off doing this in a different language. Yeah. We used to do Mike of the Night in Spanish, by the way. We did a few episodes, but I couldn't find people to... I ran out of people to call. I could do in Portuguese, too, eh? New Attorney General Letitia James demands censorship of speech regarding Israel-Hamas conflict. El conflicto dentro de Israel, Hamas. Y Nueva York State Attorney General Letitia James has learned nothing after the state was sued for anti-hate law that was an effort to free speech and the First Amendment. James is demanding social media companies to shed light and provide clarification on their actions regarding hate speech and calls for violence posted on their platforms. James has dispatched letters to host tech giants including Google and Meta, along with others such as X, TikTok, Reddit, and neutral video platform Rumble. The letters have containing probing questions on their handling of calls for violence that have become rampant across their platforms recently. Then it goes on to say here, James has called on these companies to explain their tactics for combating such threats and their plans to ensure online platforms are not misused for promoting terror activities, concluding, I am calling on these companies to explain how they are addressing threats and how they will ensure that no online platform is used to further terrorist activities. So they're going as far as labeling as a terrorist activity. En derecho, grupos está pujando atrás contra. So we have rights groups pushing back against the EU censorship chief, Thierry Breton, after he pressured platforms to censor disinformation. Again, they're going to get pushed back on every angle humanly possible. La plata, el dinero oscuro atrás de lo ataque. So there it is, the dark money behind the attack on your privacy. And I have to be a member to read that one. This is Reclaim the Net, folks, if you guys want to check that out. And the Supreme Court agrees to hear Missouri versus Biden, the federal government social media censorship case. Again, it goes into a notable stride has been made in a long-waged battle against censorship industrial complex, with the U.S. Supreme Court deciding to weigh on the matter. The case in question, Missouri versus Biden, has the attorney generals of Missouri, Louisiana pitted against the Biden administration, accusing it of advocating for censorship on social media platforms, particularly concerning and discussions around the sickness and the election-related matters. They're going to do everything humanly possible. Él se va a hacer todo posible, everything that they can to shut us up. Para cerrar nuestras bocas. Para estar todo cerrado. So everything will be closed, our mouths will be closed, and we won't be able to speak. And they're going to do whatever they can. And that's from our censorship little section here on Reclaim the Net. And guys, I hope you guys could understand that I am doing my best here and, going over some of these headlines with you guys. And again, my reading levels is a low level, very low, probably a grade 6, grade 7 reading level. So I hope you guys could understand that. I'm not doing it on purpose. And lo siento mucho porque estoy haciendo todo que me puedo hacer posible para poder hablar con ustedes esta noche. En Mike en la Noche. E eu tô fazendo tudo possível para poder fazer show para vocês. Mas eu já sei como eu não sabe ler muito bem. Mas eu tô fazendo tudo possível para vocês todos. Para perceber o que é que está a acontecer nesse mundo. That was in Portuguese, though. Pamela saying I do not comply with their crap. No consent. So we have someone saying, oh, Watcher's Talk is in the house. Yeah, baby. Yeah, Watcher's Talk. I see him there. We're going to be switching over in about 15 minutes over to Rumble, folks. I'm going to hit the bathroom, drink some water, and I'm going to be back with the actual Mike in the Night. So we covered censorship. We got a bit of Europe to cover. And then later, after we do our headline news, we'll get Omar in as our first caller tonight on Mike in the Night. I can't cover Europe. I can't. I can't even cover that. Now, let me see what am I even allowed to cover here. I don't know if I could cover that. There's some American news here. I can't cover that because I'm gonna get very upset if I cover that tonight on YouTube. So. All right, here's one. Here's one for you folks. Tyson Foods going protein-centric? Working on bug plant? Wait. I go to Tyson Meats to buy meat. Here it is, folks, in black and white. Tyson Foods is world-renowned for its packages of chicken, meat that are ambiguous in grocery stores. And it produces other meat for retail stores, too. The company based in Springdale, Arkansas. Remember we talked about this Arkansas with the whole white powder with the Clinton administration and money laundering we talked about on the channel. I got a video terminated about it on my previous channel back in 2011 with Little Rock. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, we built our name on providing generations of family with wholesome, great tasting chicken, but today's Tyson food is so much more. As values and behaviors around the food have changed, so have we. Today we're innovators uniquely positioned to reshape. So like, see how they talk? We're going to reshape, we're going to innovate, we're going to reshape what it means to feed our world. Today, we are not only have the fastest growing portfolio of protein-centric brands, but we also offer a greater transparency in everything we do. So Tyson's America and working with the WEF, World Economic Forum, and the report demands that by the WEF that the masses must give up beef due to the alleged emissions involved in producing meat. Insects are the necessary substitute, the WEF claims. They could go to hell, you know that. What else did it go on to say here? And it went on to say something else. I saw it earlier. So they're working, obviously, and they are working on a bug plant. And it's not new news. It's something you'll be sleeping in pods and eating bugs. We were covering that back in 2019. You will own nothing. But we never, in the video, title is you'll own nothing. But we didn't add and you'll be happy. That was added on later. No eating the bugs. So, there it is. All right, guys. It's YouTube edition here. I'm just going to close that article. I'm just going to see what else I could, without freaking out here with your, without getting my channel terminated. I just hate the UK news, man. When you open UK news, they open a video. They open this. They open that. Look at the advertising from the Mail, the Daily Mail. Look at the amount of advertising on this garbage. Look at this. Are these guys struggling? Look at this garbage. Look at it everywhere. People are saying that looks like fake news, Mike. Look at all the advertising on there. It's all garbage. So I just got to see what we could talk about on here, and what I got to be careful, very careful about what I say on here, because I don't want to lose this channel. This channel moves traffic around. And let me give you guys the link to the Rumble. Let's go over to the Rumble and see if there's anyone in the comments yet on Mike in the Night. See if there's anybody in the comments there. Yeah, there is. There is. There's already a few people in the comments already on Rumble. So I'll give you guys a link to there. We're going to be moving over to the real show. We'll be starting in 27 minutes here. We'll be starting the real show over there. If you guys want to come over and join us on there, and as long as we can, until we get taken off of there. So we got Dr. Mysterio in the house. Yeah, Dark Hostess is saying that's why I don't go to those sites anymore. Too many ads. Valerie saying the whole world is struggling. We are under attack by the evil ones. Yeah, we sure are. Yeah, they took down my spiritual war video from 2016. Remember that, guys? I made a video about that video they took down. I showed you a link. I went to the link. The video was taken down about spiritual warfare. And then Tucker Carlson put up Tucker Carlson had a big speech about that. And then 4 hours later, I get an email saying they terminated my video for medical misinformation. Yeah, but the chat's going good here on Rumble. I'm just saying hi to Chris here. Hey, Chris. Just letting him know we are on just kind of wasting a bit of... Pamela's asking, how's everyone enjoying the fake World War III? Deborah is saying they'll be delivering bugs by drones. That's correct. It is spiritual war. It is important to realize it is. And we've been calling on spiritual war for ages now. Here, let's see if any of those videos are even still up. Like YouTube goes after specific video titles and terminates the videos. So you know you're getting close to something when YouTube takes down your video from 5 years ago. All right, let's see if it comes up here. Holy crap, I don't have a single spiritual video that says spiritual in it anymore. It's gone. Holy crap. It's gone. All our spiritual, Mike in the Night, spiritual war, spiritual, digitalized soul, spiritual, wow, it's gone. Holy smokes. Holy, they're just taking videos down like crazy. Oh, man. I type in soul. This is crazy, man. Oh, there's one from 3 years ago. Mike in the Night, Digital Soul, non-player contacts, NPCs taking over the world. Mike in the Night, Digital Soul, we need your soul. The dangers of transhumanism, 3 years ago. Life is but a series of distractions and then we die. Wow. It's when you look back at some of the work you did and you kind of try to make sense of, why am I doing this for and what's the point of this and all this stuff. You start, I don't know, you start to think, So we got a whole conversation going on here on Rumble. So we got Omar from Watchers Talk coming on Mike in the Night, and I really want you guys to tune in for that, if you don't mind. And I'm going to gear up his... I got to be really careful here with what I open. I got to gear up his intro song. There it is. I like to use the Doctor Who intro song for Watchers Talk. Fourth Doctor intro, by the way. Fourth Doctor. That was my Doctor growing up. Which was your Doctor growing up watching Doctor Who, folks? Mine was the Fourth Doctor. And back up everything. Yeah, I'm backing everything up, and it just... Yeah, Watchers Talk is saying, I've had 7 videos removed in the last 10 days on YouTube that are all 5 years and up to 10 years old. Yeah. I don't have any. I was showing Dr. Mysterio the other day in person how they removed, like, when I traded in when I bought my Chrysler 300 for a family car, this is back in, I don't know, 10 years ago, whatever. From when I traded that car in, I was already at 800 videos, gold, silver videos, food prices, transportation, logistics, oil, this, discussing, predictions, tons of prediction videos. All my Donald Trump videos are gone. Every single Donald Trump video I made where I said he was going to win the election. No. That he was going to run for election. We didn't predict. He was already talking, and I already told everyone he's going to run and win. And the only way he could win is by a landslide. And they're going to try to remove the Electoral College. That's a prediction we made, that we're going to remove the Electoral College so Donald Trump wouldn't win. We did a lot, and they're all gone. You go into my channel, type in Donald Trump, there's 2 videos. And they don't pertain to anything election-wise. It's to keep us safe in an insane world, Mike. Never give into fear tactics. They want you scared and depressed. I will never give them what they want. I do not comply. The dude with curly hair, Dr. Do. Yeah, the guy with the funny scarf. Steve Stevens, it's not that I didn't back up my content. Most of it has been backed up to Odyssey, but the problem I'm having is when you have, according to YouTube, I have 4,900 videos and 1,690 live streams. So it's really hard to back up everything. It's so much work, man. Okay, what time is it? I don't want to miss Mike in the Night, like the real Mike in the Night. I'll be here for 5 more minutes, guys, and then I'm going to sign off. Yeah, now Dr. Mysterio says Mike has all his contact backed up to Odyssey automatically. It's now. I wish Odyssey existed 10 years ago. It'd be a different world. If Odyssey existed 10 years ago instead of the last 3 years, it'd be really good. It would be really, really good. Chris is saying, sorry you keep us sane in an insane world. You tell the truth. See, the thing is, I don't know what's the truth anymore. I'm just going on feel. I'm actually going on what I think may be right. I don't know what, like, I think I'm telling you guys the truth. I'm not getting paid by anybody to lie. I'm not, I hope I'm telling you what I hope I'm telling what it is I have to say, or that makes sense to the matter. Right? Pamela saying fear is consent. Valerie is saying so many distractions being put out by the evil one to keep us in fear. I am not afraid. I am not a victim. I am a victor. Dr. Mysterio saying the system has no power over me. I hope so. So the comments over on Rumble is going on here. We got Chris there. What's he saying? He's saying, am I the only one who feels a shitstorm is heading our way, or is it just me being paranoid? No. Something's coming down. Steven Sewell in the house. What's up, buddy? Yeah. We got Daniel Santler in the house. Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike and our family. Crazy people. There it is. Link to the Rumble show. And we'll be going live. I got I cut back on quite a few of the headlines here tonight on Mike in the Night. So I cut back on a few of the headlines for tonight because we read some of them now. We went over your censorship news and we went over your Canadian news. We'll go over some American stuff. We'll have Watchers Talk on as the first caller. And we got a few headlines to go through. I really want to read the European headlines, but I got to be really careful here on YouTube with the European headlines and the sickness news and other stuff that's happening around the world. Medical misinformation. All right, guys, I'm going to be signing off in a minute. I'm going to hit the bathroom, and I am going to get ready for tonight's show. If you guys want to join us, we'll be live on Rumble. I would really appreciate your presence, and we'll be on Odyssey too. And I'm going to be trying to restream on Twitter again. We are on Twitch, but nobody knows we're there. We're on Kick, and no one knows we're there. And we're on I'm gonna try DLive works. I know DLive works. I know Odyssey should work, and I hope Rumble works. Now, guys, hear me out before I check out here. I was having trouble uploading a video to Rumble today. It's still not uploaded. Okay? If Rumble doesn't work, I'll let you guys know in the chat in Rumble to come back, and we'll just go on Odyssey if they let us go on there. But I tried to upload a video on Rumble today, and it did not upload. It did not. And it's giving me an error. I tried again, and it got to 33%. And there's an error. So they might, I don't know if they're going to kick me off the platform again. That's Daniel Santler sending me $10. Thank you so much. Let's celebrate the first super chat on a live stream. That's our first super chat on a live stream. That's Daniel's first super chat. See, that means a lot to me. That's the first time he's sending out a super chat in the live comments. The first time, and he's sending it to Mike Effin Martins. Thank you so much, Daniel, for that. No, I didn't change my mind, Pamela. You guys changed my mind. I thought there was no Mike in the Nights. Well, with overwhelming support from everybody, in a good verbal sense, I appreciate everybody really being there for me. Pamela is there for me a lot. Steven's been there for me a lot. Dr. Mysterio's there for me a lot. There's so many names to name out, but yeah. So, okay, guys, I gotta go. I'll see you guys on the Rumble. And if not, if there's a problem, I got this really uneasy feeling about Rumble tonight. I don't know why, but we'll see. The Rumble heroes are working, but I'm not a Rumble hero, right? So Thanks, Daniel, for the $10, and I'll see you guys on the flip.